What is up, everybody? To Movers TV today. So we have a guy who is very passionate about talking trash about Microsoft and their Xbox company. So he has this whole conspiracy theory, or like this whole theory about Game Pass, which is pretty funny. So he says Microsoft has done a great job masking the fact that 6 months into a new generation, they have not released not one first party game, and will be even longer until Halo. Game Pass is such a brainwashed device, y'all forgot the reason y'all buy consoles in the first place. LMAO. Amazing. Now, I even had a response to this as well too. I even responded to this thing because I think this is just utterly ridiculous. Halo Infinite will be one of the greatest games this year because I definitely stand by that that notion right there. When Halo Infinite drops, it's also gonna change up the industry when Halo Infinite drops. People who hate Xbox, people who hate Game Pass, who hate whatever Microsoft does, is gonna gravitate to that Halo Infinite. Watch my words with that. Where they're gonna go to Halo Infinite because that game, even when they released that first footage that people said was questionable, people didn't like that footage. It still looked amazing. It still like the same Halo gameplay. It just looks more fluid. Like you could just move around more with the grappling hook, and you can actually use the grappling hook to attack enemies. So that looks pretty fun. Like the game still looks fun. Like this is gonna be a phenomenal game when it releases. So I think that's gonna be one of the greatest games of this year, Halo Infinite. But back to that statement I made. And people act like they only play exclusive games. Like, what is the notion that we only play exclusive titles? So, like, you only play games that's specifically made by Sony, games that's specifically made by Microsoft. Like, you can't play like games about these third-party companies like Capcom, Square Enix, or whatever, Rockstar. The third-party games still sell extremely well because people play those games more than exclusives. They sell more than exclusives, to be honest. Only exclusive games that does really well is like Nintendo's. Other than that, as like I don't understand this whole notion that you just only play exclusive games. Now, I said regardless, the Xbox Series X is a great console. I stand by that. I love my Xbox Series X. I love my PS5 too, but I love the Series X. Yeah, it's just a great console overall. So, um, and I guess these people have like amnesia about like the PS4 when it first launched because the PS4 was bone dry. Like the PS5 was like pretty much a desert of actual like exclusive games. I'm trying to think like what launched on the PS4. Well, I know it was Killzone. I think Knack. I think it was like no games for a while. So now the Xbox is going through it. It's like it's a bad thing now. And it's like they released some games. They released like the Medium. I think they released like Gears Tactics that was first on console when the Series X dropped, and they released Gears 5, the Hive Busters DLC. And yeah, but the major exclusive that's come out this year is Halo Infinite, and it's like there's so many games that I want for Xbox. It was like there's so many games that Xbox has that's coming out that I want. I want to play Fable. I want to play the Fable the remake because I love the Fable series. I want to play Avowed, that's like the Skyrim equivalent. I want to play the next Elder Scrolls game, the next Fallout game that's exclusive to Xbox. So Microsoft has games that I want. So I'm confident in my purchase of the Xbox Series X. Even if some people don't think it's worth it right now because they only play exclusive games, which I think that's a stupid notion if you only care about exclusives. But yeah, I just don't get it. But let's read some of these comments though. So he says, "You aren't wrong. Halo getting delayed an entire year is not a good look, and Xbox still has a lot to prove Xbox still has a lot to prove with games from their internal studios. But I have pushed back on Game Pass because it's a choice and you don't have to get it. Options are always a good thing." And he just says this whole brainwashing, like people are being brainwashed by Game Pass. It's like it's a great service. It's like what else do you want to say? It's like are people being brainwashed by Netflix or by HBO Max because they're great services too, or Spotify? It just does this comment doesn't make any sense. And the reason y'all buy consoles in the first place, amazing. Okay. I am surprised you replied to this, to be honest, using the toxic hate merchant, no different to crap gamer, etc. While that's true, they have no first party to show. They don't really need it. Having third party games cheaper on Game Pass is going to become a bigger selling point. And this isn't new. The PS4 was dry from 2013 until November, until Bloodborne release. That's what I'm saying too. Like I didn't have a PS4 during launch, but I remember like the major complaint was it had like no major exclusive games. So now the Xbox is doing no major exclusive games. It's a problem now. That's very convenient. It's a problem now, but was a problem in the PS4 generation. Delivering in the middle and end matters more than delivering in the beginning. facts. It's like people go about the games that Sony delivered most likely during the end of the generation, like Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, God of War. People talk about those games. They don't talk about like the beginning of the PS4 or the middle mostly. True, but launch lineups first years are always dry. It took years for the PS4 to get going, and we in a pandemic, so none of this is new. BG has short-term memory loss. PS4 was trash for its first 2 years, and nobody gave a damn because they delivered in the middle and end, which matters more. That short-term memory loss, that convenient short-term memory loss. Then why are people still buying if the Xbox got no exclusives? LMAO. It is selling out fast. Like I did a video about a Walmart restock. It sold out within like less than a minute. People bought the thing up for less than a minute. Who are these 5 million Xbox Series X users? Where did you get that number? Xbox community do not care about exclusives. They are programmed to live in the subscriptions. Now we don't care about exclusive games anymore. Like, because we acknowledge that other third-party games exist. Like, the biggest one's gonna be Resident Evil Village. That's gonna be the biggest third-party game. People regardless of system, are gonna get that game. So, I don't get this notion of only exclusive games exist to these people for some reason. That's why I never use Spotify, Netflix, or the internet. I guess electricity too. Gotta stop with all these monthly rental fees. Facts. That's how ridiculous these people sound. Game Pass definitely makes it easier to go without new releases, but it's still concerning that Microsoft hasn't really done much. Didn't they buy Bethesda a couple of months ago, and these people were complaining about that too, saying how gaming was a monopoly. Microsoft was creating a monopoly now. Like, at first Xbox has no games, and now Xbox is creating a monopoly. So these narratives constantly change. You literally said you buy consoles early for not what's out now, but games are gonna come. But now you're switching up. Oh, these guys are hypocrites. I thought he said he would buy it to play a single game. I thought he said he would buy it to play a single game. It's not available on other platforms in this PS5 situation. Demon Souls and Miles Morales. Okay. Well, considering how Sugar Hunt IC a lot of their exclusives have been, when they did release, taking their time is okay with me as long as they're great. Have their exclusives been really that great? Like they act like the PlayStation exclusives aren't a lot of the PlayStation exclusives aren't that great either. Like to be honest, it's only like maybe like 20% or 30% of the PlayStation games are actually like really good. They release a lot of trash yearly, but nobody complains about that. Bad take. People use it as an Xbox Game Pass machine. The Series X is a tremendous value for money, and the backwards compatibility is excellent, especially with the FPS boost option they've been doing with increasing these older games. So that's definitely pretty cool for the Microsoft's been doing that. It's the best place for most people to enjoy Game Pass. And previous Xbox games, this just goes back to you not liking Game Pass. LOL. Let's see. Microsoft is the best when it comes to deluding people. Jeez. These gaming analysts do an amazing job of painting Xbox as a visionary for the future, but stumble quickly when you mention next-gen games. LOL, simply incredible. Like they just want every game to come out within like this year, I guess. I don't know. Like I still see the vision of Xbox and what they're coming out, what games are coming out that's coming out this generation. I'm still excited for what Xbox has to offer. Let's see. Game Pass offers a variety of games at a cheap entry-level price. That's money saved if you're buying a console just to play its exclusives once every 3 to 4 months. Then you just wasting a console's potential. I got Yakuza, Octopath, MLB The Show, 21 Outriders, and most of Bethesda backlog for low cost. Yeah, people just they keep trash talking Game Pass. But I don't get it. Like Game Pass is a great service. It's like you can play all these games on Game Pass, like the Yakuza series. You can literally go through every game in the Yakuza series right now on Game Pass, which is insane. All Bethesda games are on Game Pass. All EA games are on Game Pass Ultimate. You got so many games on Game Pass. I don't understand people just hate the service like that. Yep, because it showed that gaming overall and experience plus consumer-friendly strategy can counterbalance the fact that you have to wait and pay full price for like 3 games. I agree, and no regret. Now playing all kinds of games at 100 frames per second. That's new. Look at this, the comment like this right here. Microsoft releases a $500 console, detailing how it's the most powerful console ever made. No new games, but can play games from 2002 on it, and that's now consumer friendly. These people are definitely mad at they are definitely mad and pissed off at Microsoft. I can't release. They just like legitimately drop all these Microsoft exclusive games right now, so they can shut these people up already. Like they don't care about Microsoft, but they don't they have no interest about an Xbox, but they care so much about Microsoft. It's just ridiculous. Wait, I buy consoles for AAA games, exclusives only. Yeah, because people apparently the notion is that we only buy these you only buy these $5 systems for exclusive games only. Hold up, are you telling me how to spend my quality time on my console enjoying an untitled Goose Game, Rocket League, or not? We wildin'. Okay. Since these new consoles released, Miles Morales has been the best first-party title I played to date on PlayStation. As for Xbox, I only see myself turning mine on just to keep it warm for a few minutes and switch it off again. This guy was a troll, but the comment was pretty funny. Most important question is not whether Microsoft made an exclusive or not. The better question is, do you have games to play? Not just old games, but new games. Jeez, they want every game to come out within this first year. It's just ridiculous. Like, we have 23 studios, Xbox. Meanwhile, PlayStation has this. What is this? A long list of PlayStation exclusives. Okay, let's look at this list. A lot of these games are trash. Like that's the thing I'll be talking about. A lot of these games are not great. It's like maybe like every like 5 games is a great game. Like just the look of this, like the only one that I remotely care about was was Remastered, which was a PS3 game. Second Son I didn't like as much as the other ones. The Order 18, this was a good game, Order 1886, but a lot of these games are like it's just like random games. Like what is this? This clip? Like it's just to put a list together, and these are PS2 games. It's like out of this list, there's probably like 10 games I will want to play out of this big list right here that I care about. So, let's see. A game is a game. I don't care who makes it. Facts. That's what I'm trying to get a point across too. Like I don't care who makes it, whether it be Xbox exclusive, Sony exclusive, Nintendo exclusive, or a third-party game. As long as it's a great game, that's all that should matter. But these guys and their hate for Xbox and Game Pass, it's just getting ridiculous. What do I care about is getting value from. Wait, why? What I do care about is getting value from what I'm spending money on. The games on Game Pass is great. They just dropped Outriders MLB recently. I don't need first party titles. I just need new games regularly, and I'm getting them. And you just have the news that Sony paid Capcom some money to keep Resident Evil 8 off Game Pass. So apparently, Sony thinks Game Pass is a threat, and they're keeping games off the service. Y'all realize 80% of people only buy the same 4 games a year. And ain't thinking about exclusives. I know too many people that only play Call of Duty, GTA 5, and Madden 2K. Facts. I know the same people. People who are like very casual, but you might meet at work. They only want to play like the same like 4 games like he said, like the 2K, the Madden, the GTA, and Call of Duty. Ain't nothing else in the library of games. LMFAO. Yeah, Game Pass been keeping me busy. But other than Gears Tactics at launch, first party's been slow. A lot of third party exclusives, but not quite the same. Game Pass also lowered their standards. Okay. I buy consoles to play games. Game Pass offers me more games than I can ever afford, so they don't want to talk about that though. The amount of games that the average person probably won't be able to afford, you get to play on Game Pass. So thanks for generating a mute farm. Console warrior evaporating. Reason to buy a console, games, Game Pass is a lot of games. Facts. The reason why you have these consoles is to play games. And Game Pass gives us a service that gives us access to play all these games. So, Phil Spencer's the best comment in gaming. He be finessing these Xbox. So 23 million users are mad in the head just because they play video games. So playing video games is bad now. I don't get it. Game Pass gets people triggered. LOL. It sure does. Game Pass is their new exclusive. As facts though, or high busters. Yeah, so you can read the rest of this on your own, but yeah, I just don't get this notion that apparently we should only want to play exclusive games during all of the exclusive games must come out during the first year. I just don't understand that notion. Especially on one like the competition that he rides for a PlayStation has, especially a very dry year, a very dry launch for the PS4 generation. But we apparently a lot of these people got selective memory about the exclusive ordeal. So I'll conclude the video right there. Definitely want to see your comments about this down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.